My brother threw champagne in my face in front of 50 people. Then he picked up our parents' anniversary cake and smashed it on the floor. The room went silent. He turned to me, fingers shaking, and screamed, "You stole from Mom and Dad. You forged documents to cut me out. You used your finance job to hide it." I tried to speak. He talked right over me. "I have proof, bank statements, transfers with your signature." My mom started crying. My dad looked at me like I was a stranger. Everyone stared. I stood there, champagne dripping down my shirt, frosting splattered on my shoes. I had 3 years of bank records sitting in my car. He had no idea. But how do you defend yourself when no one will let you talk? Why would my own brother destroy the one night meant to celebrate our parents, unless he was hiding something bigger? Stick with me. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? If you've ever been blamed for something you didn't do, hit that like button. Because to understand why my brother tried to destroy me in public, you need to go back 3 years. I was never the golden child. That was always Lucas, my older brother. He got the car when he turned 16. I got a lecture about responsibility. He got the college fund. I got student loans. When he dropped out junior year, our parents called it finding himself. When I worked 2 jobs to finish my degree, they said I was too serious. I learned early, save everything. Emails, texts, receipts. It's not paranoia when it's family. I left home at 18 and built a career in finance. Started as an analyst, picked up forensic accounting on the side. I got good at finding patterns in numbers that didn't add up. My parents owned a small commercial property business. Nothing huge, but stable, worth 7 figures. During a holiday call 2 years ago, my dad mentioned cash flow trouble. I offered to help review the books. My mom brushed it off. "Your brother handles that now." My gut tightened. I didn't say anything. I just asked for copies of the quarterly statements. "Just to learn the business," I said. They sent them. I opened the file that night. Something was off. Small transfers, irregular timing, always just under the reporting thresholds. I made a spreadsheet, 32 transactions over 18 months. None of them in the official ledger. I didn't want to believe my own brother was stealing, so I decided to ask him directly. That was my first mistake. 2 weeks before the party, I called Lucas. I kept my voice calm. "Hey, I was looking at the Q3 statement Dad sent, saw a few transfers I didn't recognize." He cut me off. "You looking over my shoulder now? I've been running this business for 3 years. I just want to understand, was there a vendor change or you left? You don't get to parachute in and question me." I took a breath. "I'm not questioning you, I'm trying to help." There was silence, then his voice changed, smooth, almost friendly. "Actually, I need a favor. The bank wants a cosign on a credit extension. You've got the finance background, makes us look stronger." Red flags went up immediately. I'd need to see the full application first, and the current balance sheet. The warmth disappeared. "Wow, so you don't trust me. Good to know." "Lucas, it's not that. Everyone's going to know what kind of person you really are. Don't say I didn't warn you." The line went dead. I sat there staring at my phone. I had no idea what he meant. But I was about to find out in the worst possible way. The anniversary party was beautiful. 50 guests. Rented hall, a banner reading 40 years of love. I walked in with a gift and a smile. Lucas was already there. He saw me and his jaw tightened. Dinner went fine, toast started. Dad went first, then Mom, then Lucas stood up, glass in hand, his face twisted. "I can't do this anymore. I can't stand here and pretend." He turned to me. "You've been stealing from Mom and Dad. I found the transfers. Your signatures on withdrawal slips. You used your finance job to hide it." My stomach dropped. "That's not true." He threw the champagne. It hit me square in the face. Then he grabbed the anniversary cake and flipped the whole table. Guests screamed. My mom sobbed. My dad pulled me aside. "Just go, we'll call you when we're ready to talk." I left. I sat in my car, hands shaking, champagne still dripping. I opened my laptop. Every document was still there. I hadn't stolen anything. But how do you prove a negative when the liar screams louder? I thought I'd lost my family forever. Then I remembered. I don't just collect documents, I timestamp them. I got home and opened my family business folder. Emails, organized by date. I found what I was looking for. 8 months before the party, I'd emailed our family accountant. Subject line, question about transfer coding. I read my own words. Hi Janet, I noticed some transactions labeled owner draw that don't match the distribution schedule. Can you clarify if these are operational or if I'm misreading the category? Her reply was right underneath. I flagged those two, waiting for Lucas to send backup documentation. He said he'd get it to me by end of quarter. I took a screenshot, highlighted the date, composed an email to my parents. One line. This is when I first asked questions. 8 months before last night, I wasn't hiding anything. I was trying to protect you. I hit send. 11:47 p.m., the read receipt popped up. Seen, but no reply. The silence was different this time. They saw the timestamp. One receipt down, but I needed more than timestamps. I needed to prove where the money actually went. The next morning, Lucas posted on Instagram a photo of him hugging our mom. The caption read, "Standing by the people who truly matter. Blood isn't always thicker than greed." The comments flooded in, "So sorry you're going through this. Family can be the worst." My phone started blowing up. Aunt Linda called. "How could you do this to your parents?" My cousin Jen texted. "Lucas told us everything. I never thought you'd be that person." I tried to explain. No one listened. Day 3, I got an email from a law office. Cease and desist. False allegations of financial misconduct, defamation per se, demand immediate retraction and public apology. My hands shook. This wasn't just family drama anymore. It was legal. My parents still hadn't called. I sat at my kitchen table and stared at that letter for 20 minutes. I had 2 choices: back down and let the lie become truth, or go nuclear with the evidence I'd been gathering for months. I chose option 3. I called a former colleague. She'd moved into forensic accounting for fraud cases. "Send me everything you have. If there's dirt, I'll find it." 72 hours later, an encrypted file arrived. I opened it. The report header read, "Confidential Analysis, Account Activity 2021 to 2023. Page 3 showed a table. 18 wire transfers. Amounts from $4,000 to $14,500, all initiated by Lucas, all to external accounts. Page 7 had an image of a withdrawal authorization form, my parents' signatures at the bottom. But the forensic note underneath made my blood run cold. Digital trace suggests scanned signature pasted via image software. Forged. Page 9 showed where the money went. One personal checking account in Lucas's name. One payment processor linked to offshore gambling platforms. Total, $127,340. I sat back. Now I knew exactly what he'd done. The question was, how do I prove it to people who didn't want to believe me? I started cross-referencing dates. First transfer, April 2021. I checked Lucas's Instagram from that month. There it was, a photo at a Vegas sportsbook. Big smile, caption, "Feeling lucky." Second cluster of transfers, November 2021, his LinkedIn updated that same week. Crypto investment venture. That venture dissolved 4 months later. The gaps made sense now. He wasn't malicious at first, just desperate. Overconfident he'd pay it back. But he didn't. The hole got deeper. My email to the accountant in March was the trigger. Lucas knew an audit was coming. The party scene wasn't rage. It was strategy. Burn my credibility before the evidence surfaced. Make me the villain so he could stay the golden child. He didn't hate me. He just needed me to be guilty. I wasn't angry anymore. I was calm. And that's when I made the call. I researched attorneys. Found Rachel Eng, 20 years in fiduciary disputes. Former prosecutor. The consultation call was short. "Do you have documentation?" 18 pages worth. "Then we don't need to fight, we just need to show." Rachel drafted a letter to my parents, formal but respectful. "Recent events require clarification. I represent your daughter. We possess financial records material to your family business. I request a meeting at your earliest convenience to review these in the presence of your CPA and counsel if you wish." My mom called an hour later, first time in 2 weeks. Her voice was small. "What records?" "I'd rather show you in person, with everyone there, including Lucas." Silence, then, "Okay, Tuesday, 2 p.m., Janet's office." I spent the next 3 days building the binder. color-coded tabs, timeline on the first page, evidence indexed, no emotion, just facts. I wasn't going in for revenge. I was going in for the truth. What happened next changed everything. Tuesday, 2 p.m. The CPA's conference room had an oval table. My parents sat on one side, Luca's next to them, me and Rachel on the other. Janet, the accountant, at the head. Rachel opened. "We're here to review financial activity related to your family business. This is not a deposition. It's a family conversation grounded in documentation." I slid the binder across the table. "Start with page 1, timeline of when I first noticed discrepancies." My mom's hands trembled as she opened it. The email to Janet, dated 8 months before the party. My dad looked up. "Why didn't you tell us sooner?" "I wanted to be sure. I didn't want to accuse Lucas without proof." Lucas leaned forward. "This is a setup you fabricated." Rachel's voice stayed level. "Let's look at page 4, bank wire records, certified by the institution. The table of 18 transfers." My parents' eyes went wide. My mom whispered, "We never authorized these." Lucas stood up. "Those were operational." "I had authority," Janet cut him off. "Lucas, you told me these were owner distributions, but the amounts don't match the schedule we filed." Rachel flipped to page 7, the signature analysis. Split screen, real signature on the left, composite on the right. This was digitally altered. My dad's face turned to stone. "Lucas, where did the money go?" Silence. Then Lucas's voice cracked. "I had some bad investments. I was going to pay it back." My mom's voice broke. $127,000? Lucas pointed at me. "You just couldn't let me have anything, could you?" He stormed out. The door slammed. My parents sat in shock. My dad finally looked at me. "I'm sorry, we should have listened." The truth didn't feel like victory. It felt like grief. But at least it was the truth. A week later, my dad called. "We've made some decisions." Lucas was removed from all business accounts. A repayment plan was drafted. $1,500 a month for 7 years or until the balance cleared. Mandatory therapy and Gambler's anonymous attendance as a condition of staying in the family. Lucas moved out of the family property he'd been living in rent-free. My parents sold one rental unit to cover the immediate shortfall in the business. I started getting apology texts. Aunt Linda, 2 cousins. Others never acknowledged they were wrong. I didn't chase them. My mom called a few days later. "Can we all have dinner? Try to move forward?" I took a breath. "I need time, and I need you to understand, I won't forget how fast you believed him over me." She started crying. "We're going to work on that. We've started seeing a family therapist. We see now we always gave him the benefit of the doubt, and you had to earn it." I agreed to monthly check-ins, boundaries set, no surprise visits. No pressure to forgive and forget, no minimizing what happened. 6 months later, Lucas was 3 months sober from gambling, working a day job, paying the plan. He sent a short email. "I'm sorry. I was drowning and I pulled you under. I don't expect forgiveness. Just wanted you to know I'm trying." I didn't reply yet, maybe someday. People ask if I regret keeping those records, if it felt paranoid. But documentation isn't about distrust. It's about clarity. When someone tries to rewrite history, you need proof of what actually happened. The golden child dynamic didn't disappear overnight, but it cracked. And sometimes a crack is where the light gets in. Control beats power. Silence beats spectacle. And the truth, backed by receipts, will always outlast a lie, no matter how loud it's shouted. Have you ever been falsely accused by someone in your own family? How did you handle it? Did you fight back, stay silent, or cut ties? Drop your story in the comments. And if this one hit home, subscribe. I break down one of these every week. You're not alone. This story is a fictionalized dramatization for educational and entertainment purposes, not legal or financial advice. Consult professionals for your situation.